What's going on, everyone? ODC, it's me here, and I'm back with another action figure review. Today's review, I'm actually shooting on my iPad, so a little bit different. But today we're taking a look at the Star Wars Figuarts Mace Windu action figure. I've been waiting for this for, oh my god, probably a couple weeks now. And it took about 3 weeks to get to me. Just got it today, so I'm pretty excited about this. This, I believe he actually is in the Black Series 6-inch scale. I know the Figuarts usually run a little bit smaller than the Black Series, but this, I think, is in scale with Black Series. But we'll take a closer look at that in a second. Take a look at the packaging. Your pretty basic packaging. Looks good. Nice window display right here. What we're all used to with the Figuarts Star Wars figures. Flipping around to the back, it's just a couple of poses and other. You can get the. I would like to pick up at least one battle droid before they become extinct. You know what I mean? But I think the battle droids run around $40, $45, depending on where you're shopping. On eBay, I think they go for around $48. But Mace looks pretty good. Let's open them up real quick. I'm just going to open them up on camera here due to not really a pause button on here. So kind of open them up, and he's in this little clam shell right here. Hopefully when I open them, shit doesn't go flying all over the place. There we go. Okay, nice and easy. It comes with 6 hands total. Get his hands out of here. There we go. Oh, everything came popping out. All right. And get that other hand. There we go. And let's take the figure out. Okay. There we go. Nice and easy. Get the clam out of here. There we are. And now we have Mace right here. He looks really good. This is made out of PVC plastic. I would like it maybe in the future if they upgraded their plastic a little bit, make it a little bit more tough than the PVC, to be honest with you. Sometimes in certain cases with certain figures, like Darth Maul, he was very brittle and had some issues with breaking. Dog hairs all over the place. You'd be surprised owning a dog how many hairs get all over the place. You would be surprised. But he does come in an extra head. Taking a look at that extra head comes with this very angry. There's angry Mace Windu. And then we have the typical Mace Windu, kind of almost like a smirk, almost a little bit. Right in that cheek. Looks like a little bit of a smirk almost. But I think it looks really good. Gives a good resemblance to Samuel Jackson. Both heads, to be honest with you. I think they both look really good. And it's still true to the character as well, which was portrayed by Samuel Jackson. He does come with, like I said, 6 hands. The 2 in his on himself already. And he's got 2 force-wielding hands and 2 gripping hands. And then he's got 2 fist hands. He also comes with a bladed lightsaber, which is purple, which is his color. And not only the original reason was Samuel Jackson wanted to stand out. That's why he chose a purple bladed lightsaber, and Lucas obliged. But in the comics, they actually explained why there's a purple lightsaber in the Star Wars universe. It's because and it's very rare that Jedi even have a purple lightsaber, because they channel both the light and the dark side. That's how they ended up getting this color crystal. He also does come with a hilt here, which you can plug right into his belt, unbladed, Looks pretty good. Really nice sculpting on there and nice paint. And it's consistent with the bladed version as well. Like I said, let's get some of these hands out of here. Hopefully his hands don't break here. I'll do a wheel. And when putting these hands in, sometimes the holes right here sometimes they're on a angle. So when you're pushing these in, try not to push too hard. You want to be gentle with these. You know what I mean? These are sometimes $50, $60 figures, depending on where you shop from, like I said. But with like here we go. Here's a perfect example. The peg hole is actually angled upward. So what you want to do is when you put this in, you want to make sure that you're pushing in upward. It might take a little bit of elbow grease, but you don't want to push too hard because then you could snap the peg. So just be careful. Oh, see, there we go. See, you don't want to push too hard, like I did. It didn't snap the peg, thank God, because I would be throwing a bitch fit right now. But let me see if I can get my tweezers here and move that peg. There we go. People are falling over that are next to me. There we go. That should be in. And there we go. I mean, you don't have to push too hard. I wasn't actually pushing hard. I was just kind of I wanted to make sure it was in there. I didn't feel a snap or anything. But it is in there. To get this on, you almost want to fish it in through the bottom here. Like so, I believe. And then go in because there is a peg. Or are you actually? Oh, okay. There we go. I did not know that. The blade is actually removable, so that makes it even easier for you. So it is a little bit loosey-goosey in his hand. There's a sweet spot right about here, I would say, where he holds it. But I think it looks good. You can have his force-wielding hand right here. And have him kind of, I don't know, just getting him into a generic stance. Nothing spectacular, but there you go. I mean, you could see that he looks good. He definitely looks awesome. I'll bring in some other figures to do size comparison in a minute, but I just wanted to give you an overall look. Here's the other hand, the other force-wielding hand, and here's the fist. That's what the fist looks like. If I can get, there we go. There we are. And one more look at the head, just so we can get a close-up. I know my fingers are nothing to shit your pants over, but here's another look at his face as well. I think it looks like really good resemblance to Samuel L. Jackson. Really does look well done. But as far as his articulation does go, I'll try to do this with the lightsaber in his hand as well. His head can swivel full 360, and it can look up nicely, looks down nicely as well. He's got the ball peg joint right here where it can kind of, oh, we definitely got some jive turkeys up in here. So there's that. He also can do the head tilt, which is really good range of motion there. It also looks almost like a natural neck pose too when he pivots forward. When you move your neck forward, you kind of have a little bit of a gap in your shirt, and I really like that. That looks really awesome. So there's a lot of good natural movement within his neck and his head. So that's really good. And the neck joint is actually on a separate ball joint on its own as opposed to the head. So it's not just like one solid piece of plastic just sitting there and you only can move the head. You can also move the neck, which is natural. You do move your neck when you move your head sometimes. So that's really cool. As the arms go up about that far and they go down, and they can do a full 360 rotation if you want them to. It's also can kind of do the butterfly type joint a little bit. But it is there, the butterfly joint is there, and he does have a bicep swivel. Single bend at the elbow, but it's really almost like a double jointed elbow, to be honest with you. The range of motion that you get, a little bit of a gapping issue there, but I don't really care. That doesn't bother me. His hand can swivel. I can pivot up and down. So that's really cool. He doesn't have an ab crunch, but he has this diaphragm joint, which kind of rotates and pivots side to side. So you can get that movement. You can do the splits beautifully. It's a little bit hindered right here due to his skirt piece, but you can still get him into the splits. You just put a little bit of elbow grease behind what you're doing. His legs go forward very nicely and fluently. He does have an upper thigh swivel, where the thigh swivel is supposed to be, up at the thigh. The top of the hip, actually, I should say. He also does have that little bit of a pop-down joint. So if you really want to get his leg to go out and do a kick, you can. And then you just pop it back up into the hip. He has a single jointed knee, but it's pretty much like a double jointed knee. So really good fluent range of motion there. He can't pivot at the knee, but you don't really need him to. So that's no issue there. There's no boot cut or anything like that with Figuarts. His foot can go back about this far, and it can go forward. And then he does have a little bit of a pivot going side to side, which is good. He does have toe articulation, which isn't loose or anything like that. And he's pretty much set up. Any pose you want him to get into, he's going to accomplish it. I promise you. This is Figuarts. This is the Mercedes-Benz, the BMW M series of action figures. This is where you want to be when you buy an action figure. This is what type of figure you want to get. You know what I mean? I would say Mafex is there too with them, especially with certain figures, especially with a lot of their new figures that are coming out. They look to be almost in certain cases better, like the Figuarts Kylo Ren that I do have. I would say was not a letdown, but it's not a bad figure. I'm not saying that. It's a good figure. I love it. But I look at the Mafex Kylo Ren coming out at the end of this year, and wow, that just looks like the go-to Kylo Ren. It just it looks like it's going to blow everything out of the water, depending on when I get it in hand and I review it and everything. But this Mace Windu right here is awesome. And let me just bring in a couple other figures just to do a size comparison. I'll bring in Anakin here. And then we'll bring in, let's bring in Obi-Wan Kenobi. There we go. So there's Obi, and he's a little bit taller than Obi-Wan. I still think he fits in here, but look at the huge difference between the Black Series and Figuarts. And obviously, I know the price is different. I'm not comparing. I'm just doing a size comparison. That's what I'm comparing. I'm not comparing quality, because we all know that there's a huge jump in price and quality with Figuarts. So I'm not doing that. That's not what I'm saying. But as far as height, I think he fits in with your Black Series nicely, to be honest. So if you wanted to, since Hasbro has kind of dropped the ball and not given us a Mace Windu figure, at this point I don't even know why they haven't, or a Count Dooku figure. I would think that this is a really good investment, I would say, because, God, who knows when we're getting Mace Windu. Maybe years from now, I don't know. but nothing's been announced or anything like that. But I'm really loving this line. I'm trying to get as many as possible. Hopefully we get a Figuarts Boba Fett down the line. I know I plan on getting the Figuarts Jango Fett, so definitely plan on that review. That figure looks awesome, absolutely awesome. Comes with so many accessories, but this is definitely a great figure. I would highly recommend getting this. I love the likeness to Samuel Jackson. I love the overall accuracy to his costume, and actually how Samuel Jackson looked in the movie looks very accurate to this. And I love the paint detail on him overall. Let me just get these two out of here. I love the paint detail on him, and it's just, this is the go-to Mace Windu figure. If you were to get one, this is the one probably to get, because this is pretty much the only one in 6-inch scale. So, and he fits in universally, whether you want to have him displayed with your Black Series or your Figuarts. You choose. But I would definitely recommend this guy. Great articulation. It's Figuarts. I don't even have to say anything else. It's a Figuarts figure. It's going to be great. They're all great. So, yeah, I would definitely recommend this. 2 thumbs up. Way up. And, yeah, I just wanted to do this on my iPad because I'm actually still taking care of some stuff with my new computer. So that's why I wanted to do this with the iPad. It's just a lot quicker to upload and everything like that also. So with that being said, I don't know what else to really say besides, if you're interested in a Mace Windu figure and you were on the fence about the price and this and that, and I would say this is definitely worth the money. It's definitely even worth the 3-week wait almost. Waited about 2.5 weeks, I think. But, yeah, I'm happy to have it. I'm glad he's in my collection. I'm going to put him right on my Figuarts shelf right now with Luke and Vader and Obi and all the others. So, with that being said, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you for watching, as always. Comment if you want to. It would be nice. Subscribe if you want to. That's cool, too. And I'll see you guys on the flip side.